Everyone, and thank you for joining me today while I work in my 2018 Favorites Traveler's Notebook. I only have 3 more prompts left. Let me tell you, that clip that I just put down, I could barely squeeze that thing to open up big enough to hold all those papers so I can work in this spread. So here I am just quickly showing you some products that I'm using for my stash. And ironically, those are all from Tuesday morning. And then I had a pink paisley paper pad. It was the Bella Rouge collection. And so I wanted to use all that, and I really was trying to find these printable labels that you actually see right there on the right hand side. Those are from Studio Calico. They used to offer them with every collection, and I just looked to see if they still do offer them, and they do, just not anymore with current collections. But let me tell you, those things are only $1.99, and they are so worth it. I purchased those probably 5 years ago, and it only was on a real 3-month subscription with them, but I have printed those things over and over again. So once you purchase them, they are yours forever. So I was trying to find those, and I thought they were on my workspace, and while I was looking on my workspace, I came across those scallop banners that you see. I almost died laughing. Those things I cut out from a Maggie Holmes paper and used them on my family's first vacation. It was like a little mini road trip, just to see how everything would go, 2 years ago in a pocket page spread. 2 years those have been sitting on my workspace, buried under bits and bobs and collecting dust, let me tell you. So it's about time that I put them to use. So I ended up going a different direction, but I like the direction that I am going because I love those scallop banners. So I'm just kind of cutting them down to make sure that like in a traveler's notebook, you have to cut the one that goes into the center where the crease is. And so that's all I'm doing. And then I'm adding a little bit of extra adhesive to it. So there is my photo. And I know right away that I want to have quite a few layers. And I know that there's a lot of empty white space on that photo. So I want to have some embellishments go there as well. There was this hexagon sticker that said "Think Happy Thoughts" that I definitely wanted to use. It was so pretty. It was the right pink and had gold foil on it, but I wanted to cut it in half because I wanted to have a visual triangle, so where I could place them in 2 different areas. Now this is where I mess up. Traveler's notebooks go very fast. There's not a whole lot of real estate that you got to cover, so it doesn't take much. It took me under 20 minutes to finish this spread. So I'm gluing everything down. I glue the bottom down first with tacky glue, and you know that does not move. And as soon as I put the top one on, the top half on the top portion of the layout, you see me just cringe going, no! Because right away I'm like, what was I thinking? That bottom half should have been over to the left to try to create that visual triangle. And you're going to see where I'm talking about the visual triangle here in a minute. Is it a big deal? No, definitely not. There are no rules. It's all what's pleasing to your eye. When it comes to scrapbooking, it just was a matter of preference for me. But it is what it is. I can't do anything about it, especially because this is a traveler's notebook, because I do have a layout done on the other side of this paper, so I have to just move on. Now, one thing I did notice with the labels, and remember I originally was going to have placed them up on the top left side of the spread, but I felt like it was starting to look too cluttered and I needed to spread those embellishments over to the other side. So I just layered them up and then layered the butterfly. Now I noticed that I needed to bring some more gold in because there is gold foiling on the butterfly and on that sticker, so I'm just adding some Heidi Swapp Shine. I definitely made sure to be careful not to have big drops, so I definitely tapped the nozzle in the bottle. And then I was like, well, since I found these banners, what else do I have lying on my workspace? And I found these old Maggie Holmes that have probably been on my workspace for about 6 years. They are the word phrases. They were the one where it had cream word phrases up on the top and then the black label word phrases on the bottom. And so I found 3 that ended up working out really well, and it says, "Hey you, let's get together. It's been delightful." And I thought this is perfect for this prompt because this is all about my favorite Starbucks drink. Now this is something that I love to get. It's funny because when I go to Starbucks, I don't get coffee, I get refreshers. If you've never had refreshers, they are absolutely amazing. I love them all, but my favorite one is the one that's on the secret menu, which is the strawberry acai refresher with added coconut milk. and it is delicious. My kids don't like it, so I'm like, yes, they're no longer wanting my drink. Now I can just get them their own, which is their favorite is Very Berry Hibiscus. But it's something that I always get whenever I take them to Barnes & Noble. We always grab a refresher first, and then then we just walk around the bookstore looking at all the books. And it's really funny because I'm definitely going to be documenting not so much the drink, but this this tradition that we do together, because it reminds me of what my dad used to do when I was a kid, and he would take us to Thrifty's ice cream. Not, well, it's called Thrifty's. It was a drugstore that had a Thrifty's parlor inside, and next door to it was the Crown bookstore, and my dad would always get us an ice cream first, and then we would go to the bookstore and just browse around, you know, looking at all the books. And I remember looking at all the Sweet Valley High and Sweet Valley Twins, and now I'm carrying on that tradition with my kids. So I definitely need to document this story again, because that story is not what I'm telling today. It's just the one all about my favorite drink. Now, for those of you who are just now joining my channel, I started doing this, like I said, last year. In the very beginning of this Traveler's Notebook, I have a letter written to my kids, because I thought it'd be very nostalgic for my kids to look back from 20 years from now. What was Mom's favorite? What was her favorite TV show? What was her favorite movie? What was her favorite drink? And I know that they would probably get a kick out of it, because I would love to have something like that from my mom, from even 30 years ago, from her. So this is the whole reason why I started this whole Traveler's Notebook. And that's pretty much it, everyone. Came to an end, and I do hope you enjoyed this Traveler's Notebook. If you are new to my channel, I hope that you consider subscribing, because I would love to have you. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. You all have a wonderful weekend. Bye.